Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered how big the world really is? Well, today I'm just about to take you to another place in Africa, a country called Botswana. It's located in the southernmost part of Africa. I just got a map to show you right here. This is the map of Botswana here. The white part of this thing, I'll get closer. This is the map of Botswana. As you can see on the west, we've got the country of Namibia, and on top we've got Angola and Zambia. On the east side we've got Zimbabwe, and on the southernmost part we've got South Africa, which I guess most of you will know. And then just a preview of the main points. I'm just going to talk about the geographical location of Botswana, talk about the history, and then talk about the economy. And as I start to talk about the geographical location, which I've already hinted on, it's in the southernmost part of Africa, as if you must have recalled me saying that. The neighboring countries are Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. And climate-wise and vegetation of Botswana, it's a very dry country and very warm country. So we get summer almost all year round. In the winters, of course, we get like the coolest we get in Botswana would be 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So, which is not really that bad. So it's pretty much a summer year-round country. The vegetation is shrub savanna, which basically means thorn bushes and the acacias, trees that can basically just sustain the sub-Saharan desert, And then as I move on to languages, Botswana, basically, the language that are spoken is Setswana and English. Everybody in Botswana will know how to speak Setswana, technically. But English is the official language, though. That means 80% of the people in Botswana speak English. That refers to the literacy rate as well, because if you've gone to school in Botswana, you know how to speak English. So if you ever get in Botswana and get into an office, you don't worry about it, you find somebody who speaks English. And then I want to move on to the history part of Botswana. Botswana, before independence, was under British colony. The major who was in charge of Botswana was Cecil John Rhodes, who ruled Botswana for a couple of years until 1966, when Botswana finally got its independence, and we got our first president, who was Seretse Khama. And he was succeeded by Sekhetu Masire, and after that, Sekhetu Masire was succeeded by Festus Mogae, and now currently we have Ian Khama, who is actually the son of our first president. In terms of government, Botswana is a democracy, what some people might refer to as a government by the people, for the people. So everybody is allowed to vote as long as you're a citizen in Botswana. Then I'll move on to food and culture. Botswana staple food is basically sorghum, which I know most of you may not be aware of, but it's basically a grain, kind of just like cornmeal, just grind it up and you kind of make it, you cook it, boil it. That's the kind of staple food we eat in Botswana. And then Botswana is very keen on meat as well. Everybody eats meat in Botswana, so meat is a very other key issue in our staple food. Every meal gotta have meat. And the political situation, like I already said, it's a democracy. And then I'll just skip on that because I already mentioned about it. It's a democracy, governed by the people, for the people. The people decide who they want their leaders should be by voting. And then I'll move on to the economy. The currency of Botswana is called Pula. And right now, in terms of the US dollar, 1 Pula is equivalent to 6 Pula. So that means it's a multiple of 6, which is really not bad for now, for an African country. Then I'll move on to mining. Botswana is a big country for mining. It's actually the world's best diamond producer. So if you're wearing a diamond watch, you might want to maybe think that watch is from the diamonds from Botswana. We mine a lot of diamonds. It's the world's best diamond producer. The main company that's in charge of the diamonds is called De Beers Company. It's a South African company, but they kind of manage what happens with the diamonds from Botswana. And other minerals in Botswana that we mine involve copper, nickel, asbestos, and coal. Nevertheless, to mention, Botswana is also, like I said before, a beef-oriented country. We produce a lot of meat in Botswana. So what we do with the meat is we send it back. We export a lot of beef to the European Union countries like Britain, Paris, and Belgium. So we make a lot of money from that. So it's a good economic indicator. It really helps us on the GDP. And challenges facing Botswana, it's just the issue of HIV and AIDS. There's a big outbreak of this disease. Actually, 30% of the population is infected. So this is one of the major things that Botswana is facing. They spend a lot of money on antiretroviral drugs and stuff for the infected and stuff. So it's a really big issue that's affecting the economy right now, and the government is working on utilizing the resources they have to overcome that problem. Another issue challenging the government of Botswana is the influx of immigrants from Zimbabwe. As maybe you might know about the situation in Zimbabwe, the government is doing really bad, and what the citizens are doing from Zimbabwe, they're immigrating from Botswana, some of them illegally. So that's something that the government of Botswana has to deal with. So basically, those are basically the challenges that Botswana is facing, the two major challenges. I just want to show you a couple of visuals, a couple of photos from Botswana, so you can get an insight of Botswana. This is the Victoria Falls. It's in between of Zambia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. This is one of the most tourist attractions. And these are kind of like baskets, and this is what basically part of Botswana art right here. This is what local people will sell to make businesses and stuff. And then we've got the beautiful sunset from Botswana here. It's not as clear as I would like it to be, but I hope you get a good idea of how it looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you got a lot of information from what I had to tell you today. Thank you.